50 lakhs in MOE funding for innovation-driven projects. Additionally, she has authored over 80 research publications and multiple patents to books contributing significantly to the fields of signal processing and emerging technologies. Dr. Choubey ma'am's dedication to mentorship, innovation, and research-driven entrepreneurship has earned her numerous accolades, including the International Innovation Ambassador Award, INEX 2022, and Youngest CEO from Asian Federation 2023. She continues to play a pivotal role in shaping the future of startups and technology-driven enterprises at both national and international levels. Now, I request Chobe ma'am for the start this session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for nice introduction. And sir, can you please make me co-host so that I can share my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, already you are co-host now.
No, actually, I'm not host disabled participation screen sharing.
Okay.
So,
Yes, I will do your co-host, ma'am.
yeah, sure. No issues.
Yes, ma'am. You can share it.
Yeah, sure. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Ma'am, you can put the slideshow on. I
Yeah,
think.
I'm doing it.
Yes, yes, yes. Perfect, perfect.
So very good afternoon, not good afternoon, it's very good evening to all of you. I know it's a, what I can say, post-lunch sort of, slippery time. I don't know the weather of that place, but here it's like bit whether it's like hot and we have enough what I can say hotness in the weather. So going to start with this, and I'll make sure that no one will sleep. So again, very good evening. Today we are going to discuss about uh, legal formalities in an enterprise. Basically, here I'll tell you like what type of legal formalities you have to do starting at the initial stage and the later stage also. You have to fill multiple compliance. You should understand, you should know that yeah, these things are also existence, and we should know when we are going to start any startup. Okay, so the entire session is going to be talk about legal formalities. So again, welcome as aspiring entrepreneurs or business owners. Understanding the legal requirements for starting operating business is crucial. Whether you have a small startup, you are going to own a small startup or a large corporation, compliance with local, national, and international law is not an option. You have to take it very seriously. Ignoring all these, you can face a different type of consequences. So, strong legal foundation ensures that you should not get into unnecessary risk. So today we'll walk all through the legal formalities that you need to know, from choosing the right business structure to protecting your IP and ensuring compliance with the tax employment laws. So let's get started. So the introduction says is basically you should understand the importance and adhering the legal requirements when the starting and operating the enterprise. Okay. So it emphasizes the compliance with local, national, international regulations. It is crucial for sustainability of your business, and the strong legal what I can say foundation is always needed to run through any business. That is what is the introductory part. Choosing a business structure. So it is one of the first and most important decision that you will make as an entrepreneur is choosing the right business structure. Here we are going to overview different business structure. What factors that are influencing the choice of structure? Business structure determines legal liability and taxation. Proper structuring, optimization, tax benefit, and legal projections. So basically, this decision will impact everything from your legal liability to know how you pay tax and even your liability to raise a capital as well. The most common structure is the sole proprietorships. Basically, it is simple to set up, but you are personally liable for all your business debts. Okay, it's a sole proprietorship. Then second one is the partnership. Partnership is the what I can say, private limited sort of share responsibility, but requires a well-drafted partnership agreement to avoid disputes. Then LLC. LLC is offer a liability protection, meaning your personal assets are shielded from the business debts. This is not available in sole proprietorship. That is the difference between LLC and sole. Then corporation, basically ideal for larger business with ability to issue shares, raise capitals, but comes with more regulatory requirements. So what are those regulatory requirements? I'm going to discuss in the next. When choosing a structure, considering factor like size of your business comes first. The level of risk involves what level of risk you want to take or what level of risk are there in that particular business. For example, if you will talk about food business, you should understand the shelf life of the product. Okay. So accordingly, you can analyze your risk and the profit margin as well. So structuring is also needed. Then such as sole proprietorship, partnership, LLCs and corporation, the choice of business structure is always critical and it determines the legal liability of the owners, the tax obligation of the business and the liability to raise capitals. Factors influencing these decisions, the size of the business, number of owners and the risk is involved. So proper structure is always needed. You should understand the structure. What structure you have to follow. What structure you have to opt. The third thing is saying as the steps involved. Business registration process. What type of steps should involve in the business registration process? So choosing a business name. So from here onwards, the legal prospect starts. Basically, whenever we are talking about the legal prospect of any business or any startup, we'll think about the compliances as the first. We never thought in such a way that it starts from the name you decided till the logo, your design, your idea, your service, or whatever it is. So it starts from the business registration process. So once you have chosen your structure, next step is registration of your business. This process gives you enterprise legal recognition and ensure that you are operating within the law. That is most important. The registration process varies depending on your local and business type, but generally it involves a business name, ensure it's unique, not already in the use, necessary documents, it includes your ID proof, address proof, and the business plans, filling with the appropriate government authority, this could be a local, state, or national agency on your business, obtaining approvals. Some business may require additional license or permits. Again, I am coming to the food business. That if you are starting any type of food business, you should get approvals of your product. The product should be tested and approved by the agency. Then only you can get into the market. Then only you can sell those products into the market. Okay. So this is also an important thing. Coming to what legal requirements is there if you have defined the structure, if you have chosen the registration process. So if you have choose sole proprietorship. So what is required in this type of registration? So if you are starting as a sole, this is simplest and most straightforward business. However, it comes its own set of legal requirements. First is registration. Definitely it should be there. You may still need to register your business name and obtain the necessary licenses. Tax responsibilities. You have to report your business income on your personal tax return. You are responsible for paying self-employment tax. Please note down this. You are responsible. You have to pay a self-employment tax. It is unlimited liability. Okay. This is a key drawback of this. You are personally liable for all your business debts. If you lost or if your business runs in a financial trouble, your personal assets like your home and saving could be at risk. So this is what is the advantage and the disadvantage of sole proprietorship. Okay. Then next is partnership legal requirements. So if you are registering as a partnership entity, then what are your legal requirements? Is the partnership deed. It can be of any percentage, depends on how you are what I can say comfortable with, or how much the contribution of another partner is there. Okay. Then deed is drafted that it says roles, responsibility, profit sharing ratios, dispute resolution mechanism, and a well drafted partnership deed is essential. Why? Sometimes even I have seen this, that two startups or two friends, they have started a business. That is what generally students are doing when they are at their college level. They start without any documentation, and if in case it got a success, at that time the problem comes. So for partnership, you have all these points should be covered. Along with roles, generally in partnership, we'll only define the roles. What about the responsibilities? Profit sharing and dispute resolution is although an important thing. Then registration, while not always mandatory, registering your partnership with to the relevant authorities ensure legal enforceability and the transparency. If you register it, it should be a registered deed, then you are at safe place. Okay. Liability. All partners share unlimited liability, meaning each partner is personally responsible for the business debts. Partnership can be highly effective, but they require clear communication, legal documentation to avoid disputes. Make sure that your partners are on the same page before moving forward. That is what is important in any type of partnership. Coming to LLP, limited liability partnership. Basically, it's a hybrid structure that combines the flexibility of a partnership with a limited liability protection and corporation. It is what I can say the modified form of the previous one. Okay. What LLP is saying. LLP partners are personally not liable for the business debts beyond their investment. They protect their personal assets from the business risk. For example, if you have established an LLP, so LLP partners are responsible till their investment, but they are able to save their personal home and personal savings, like all types of personal assets. LLP, you need to register with the appropriate government authority and file the annual returns. This process is like you have to register in proper MCA portal. Okay. Then legal obligations, you must operate proper financial records, comply with the regulatory authorities and the regulatory requirements. Basically, particular this type of structure is proper among professional services such as law and accounting firms, where partners want to limit their liability while retaining the flexibility of partnership structure. So with this type of structure, exiting is good. Means You can get a sort of average exiting amount, and this type of partnership is good. But one of the disadvantages when you are going for a investment raise, then investor will not invest in the LLPs. They'll invest only on the private limited company formation. They told you that you registered as a private limited and get the investment. So that is a single drawback of this. Coming to private limited company formation is a popular choice for small, medium-sized business. It offers a limited liability protection and the ability to raise capital through equity investment. So this is the only firm where you can dilute your equity and you can register and you can invest. Okay. Incorporation process, it's a unique company name, memorandum, article of association means MOA and AOA. Memorandum and article of association, it is very important document, and registering with the government. This is what a private limited. Compliance requirements, definitely you must hold AGB, that is your annual general meetings, financial statements annually, comply with the corporate governance norms. So this is that too in small business, but you have to run with all the possibilities, all the legal possibilities. So you will be safe. This setup is more complex than a sole proprietorship. The benefit often outweigh with the additional effort. But most of the time, this is more on the safer side. Public limited company. Public limited, as you're talking about, it's a large-scale enterprise that plan to raise a capital from the public. Okay. You have to list on a stock exchange. Okay. Generally, we are hearing that this is launching that particular company is launching their IPO. Recently, I have read that who's going to launch the IPO. Yeah, ID Better. I think I don't know whether you all are aware about ID Better or not. ID Better is a idli dosa batter making company, and I think 4,500 crores is their, or 2,100 crores their annual turnover, and they are going to launch their IPO soon. So business can be anything. You should have a business mindset, how to run your business. So listing on stock exchange must list their shares on the stock exchange, making them subject to a strict financial reporting and disclosure norms. Your income and expenditure should be at public. Then legal obligations means lots of legal obligations are there. Prospects complying with securities, regulation, holding regular shareholder meetings. This is all are there. You have to be legal obligations. Advantage, it is access to a larger pool of capital. The only advantage of this is you have access to a larger pool capital and increase the credibility. Basically, these type of companies may always face a greater scrutiny and regulatory requirements. So this is a next level of startup. Okay, when you cross the level of startup, then this type of formation will come. Basically, it is ideal for the ambitious growth, but requires a careful planning. Okay, if you are an ambitious business person, but definitely a proper planning is needed. Coming to we have completed first part. It's like what type of structure you have to decide. Okay. According to decide, you have chosen the name, you have registered a company as a private limited or as a LLP or as a sole proprietorship, doesn't matter. What type of business licenses and permits you have to go through. So you have different types of industries and different type of industry specific permits and details, plus license that ensure your compliances and consumer protections. So type of license, it can be anything. range from general business to industry specific, and such as health and safety certification for or sort of clearness from the environments. Why it is important is that if you will not do that, you can stuck under the local regulation and you are not able to protect your customer by ensuring business meets certain standards. How to opt in? Basically, this for your industry and apply through a relevant government agency. So according to your business, you have to check what type of licensing is need, okay, what type of permit you required, okay. So this is all equally important. And if you have not gone through all this process, you may lose your customer. The thing is, next is taxation and compliance overview. So what taxation is saying? We have done the registration. We have completed this all the compliances, all these licensing part. Okay, we have gone through all the permits. Okay, different permits are there. Basically, the research is needed. What is needed for this license and permits is the research. You should understand what type of license and permit you need. Once you get this, you can get into the market. The 10th point is taxation and compliance overview. What type of taxes is applicable to the business? The tax registration process, non-compliances, penalties, and audits. So, as we all are the maximum are employees, okay, we know that we are paying a tax. As an employee, we are paying a tax, okay. So, when you are earning any type of earning, you have to pay the tax. So, the key taxes is basically income tax, sales tax, it's sort of commercial tax, same thing. More on depending on the business structure and the location. Because each and every state is having their different. Previously, it was sort of, now it is GST, goods and service tax. Okay. Tax registration means you have to register for a tax identification. That is your TIN number, TIN number. Generally, whenever we are going for any type of what is a GST related issue, we have to give them our TIN number. Okay. TIN is tax identification number. SIN is company identification number. And file returns regularly. You should file returns. Doesn't matter whether you are coming under that band or not. You have to file a returns. Okay. Non-compliances means if you will not go for proper compliances, means tax obligations and can lead to audits, fines, and legal actions. Basically, non-compliances with the tax law can result severe financial consequences. Okay, including fines. Some legal action will also happen. If you want to start your business with a tension-free mind, and if you want to run your business with the, what I can say, any sort of trouble, then you should be always aware and stay informed about changes in tax regulation and maintain an accurate final records to ensure the compliances. Compliances yearly you have to do. So how you can do is, the solution is you are contacting to a CA to register a company. That person only can help you for this compliances part. And this is very routine and regular process. Okay. So this is about taxation, compliance, and what is the important. Coming to the detail about the tax. I have used the word GST. What is GST? It's a goods and service tax. It's a value-added tax on the most of the goods and services sold for the domestic consumption. So this is a standard taxation service is available in our country. Business exceeding a certain turnover threshold must register for the GST. So this turnover and the tenor is revised in new budget. Okay. Basically, if you have a GST number, if below 20 lakhs income, you should not liable to pay any GST if you are as a startup. Above, if you are not even 18 lakhs or 18 or 20 lakhs. So if you are crossing that limit, then you have to pay the GST. But always you should have the GST number. Because whenever you are going and whenever you're talking about any sort of legal compliances, that number is always needed. Basically, compliances, it includes, what is compliances? Compliances includes whether you have filed your GST and maintaining the record of sales and purchase. This is what is your compliances. You have to file your GST on time, okay? Plus sales and purchase record you have to maintain. What are the benefits? GST simplifies your tax structure. You should not get into the multiple taxes and ensures transparency, but non-compliance can result a huge penalty, heavy penalty. Understand this business operating in countries where it is implemented, it is directly promising cash flow in the market. And that is highly needed when we are a business class or when we are talking about the startup. Startup is what? Startup is a business owner. Okay. So GST ensures the continuous tax flow. And this is also enhance the credibility of the business with customers and the tax authorities. Okay. Coming to corporate income tax, the another type of tax. Basically, this tax is applicable for the profit of corporations. Okay. Income tax is calculated after deducting allowable expenses and applying applicable tax rates. Many jurisdictions offer tax incentives for certain activities such as R&D or investment in specific sector. Okay. Few are offering investment in health sector. If you do investment in health sectors, you will be tax free. Same for the startups. If you invest in startup, it is a tax free. So this is a different type of tax. We can call it as a corporate income tax. Annual tax filing is mandatory in this also, and non-compliance can lead to audits and the penalties again. Proper tax planning can help minimize your tax liabilities while ensuring compliances with the law. This is important thing. The tax which is basically left in the profit of corporation. How to calculate a tax, including various deductions and the exemptions available to the business. So I'll give you a small example. Okay? It's a month of, we are running towards end of financial year. How we will calculate our tax? The simple process. How we will calculate our tax? Can someone will give me the answer? I'm seeing in the participants, major are employed or someone are doing business, startups. So I just want to ask a simple thing. How we will calculate our tax, routine tax, income tax. Initially only we got to know कि यार ये मेरा tax है, इतना ही है. I have to pay this much to the government. And frankly, if we can say, out of 12 months salary, 8 months सरकार को देना है. This is what is the taxation. How we will calculate? We'll calculate like we have multiple deductions. Okay, we have ATC, ATD, health, we can deduct, our savings. Okay. I'm talking about the old tax regime. New tax regime, nothing is there. Till 12 lakh, no tax. Then 12 to 0 to 4 lakhs, different tax. 8 lakhs, different tax limit. 15 lakhs, different tax limit. Okay. About 24 lakhs is the different. If we can talk about old tax regime, where we have multiple options to do the saving. Why middle class is buying in house? The reason is they want to save the tax. I'm of that mentality that let's buy a house, at least thoda tax to bachega. Just to save those 30,000-40,000, we are ready to invest our 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs. Okay. So calculation of tax is equally important. After your first quarter, you understand that what type of tax liabilities you are going through. You can understand the process of your startup, okay, your business. So this is important point. Okay. Initially, we'll understand if we will do EPF, so 120, okay, gaya. Till 2.5 lakhs, we can save. About 2.5 lakhs is your interest, okay, interest of your home loan, okay, or any sort of loan, and principal amount of your loan. Then if you have any child, uska fees, then what all heads are there is, your any sort of healthcare investment, any sort of expenditure you have done on your parents' health. Okay, so these all things are there when you are calculating your tax. Okay, I'm talking about a professional when you are employed. So like this, even you can calculate your tax in the first quarter. So this is, we can call it as a corporate. This is normal income tax, but when you are talking about a company, it is a corporate income tax. And annual tax filing is mandatory. It is mandatory, you have to do. Yeah. Coming to another thing, we have covered company formation, company structure, type of taxes. Now, the third legal point is coming in any of the enterprise or any of the startup is your IP rights. That we are generally not so aware that we can protect our IP, our designs, our trademarks, our copyrights, or whatever it is in an initial stage. For example, like basically we have different categories of IPR. IP protects your innovation, your creation of your own business. But how? So we have different categories of IPR. It safeguards and prevents any sort of infringement or any sort of copies. If you have a proper IP, if you have a proper design or registration, or if you have a trademark, or if you have a copyright. So these are different types of type. Starting with the trademark. Basically, we have 4 type of category in IP: patent, trademark, copyrights, and the trade secrets. Okay. It assures that your competitors cannot copy or exploit your ideas and give a competitive edge. And it safeguards your data. It saves you from any sort of legal infringement, helping you to safeguard your business as a unique assets. That is what the importance of IP. So trademark is, it involves, trademark is any sort of like trademark any sort of what I can say mark of or image of a particular company. It's a exclusive, what I can say, trait of their own. Like Hyundai. Okay, Hyundai trademark is H inside the circle. So it recognizes sign, design, expressions that identify your product or service. It involves the conducting a trademark search, filing an application, responding to any objective from the trademark office. It basically, the importance is it protects and prevents competitors from using similar marks, which could confuse consumer and harm your brand. So how will you identify that this is the actual, what you can say, trademark, and this is a copy trademark? For that, you have to look into that both the trademarks with a very deep way. Then you can understand. How will I explain you is the example of cello pen. Okay. So cello, I think it issue is highlighted also. In this cap of cello pen, okay, there is a mark coming with the dark, what you can say, solid lines of navy blue color. Okay, and they're writing on it CELLO. But if you see that O, the O is of different structure. This is not a simple O. So another, what I can say, brand came and they have claimed. Later on, they have issued and this is our trademark. Before buying, just check this whether it belongs to seller or not. And this happened with many companies. Okay, if you establish once, this is happening very regularly. Okay, so this is a trademark. Coming to patent. Patent is like you can save your process for a specific period of time, and it is for 20 years. Okay, this includes this is also includes a patent art search, preparing and detailed applications, and responding to the objections from the patent office. Here also, the prior art search is needed. So for all this process, how to take up all this process? So IP attorneys are available. And if it is not, you can even approach to your incubation center, your institute, IP cell. They can help you to get your process or your design or your trademark safe, patented. Okay. Filing process, it's a patent search, preparing and detailed applications. This is all is there. Then type of patent. It's a utility patent. Utility means it's always protect the new inventions, and the design patent is protects the appearance of the product. Okay. Design, as the name indicates, it's a design only. Okay. So, for example, this is a scale we have designed in a different way. Okay. And I've sent it for the patenting. It can be, but it should be also the unique one. Basically, type of patents such as utility and design patents in their respective, they have their own scope. Like design, you can save it for 10 years. After 10 years, your right will be over. The patent protection is crucial for business. Rely on the innovations. See, if you are doing your family business, it doesn't matter. But if you are doing business with your exclusive product, then it matters. Like boat. I'll give you an example of boat. So for boat, each and every design, each and every process is important, because boat is the purely design and process oriented company. So they have to, what I can say, protect their IPs, definitely. So like this, you can even protect your IP, but it is more applicable when you have innovation based company. Coming to copyright, it is like if you have any sort of creative work, submitting application like such as books, music, software, and artwork. Authorship also. If you are author of any book, you can even do the copyright protection. Scope of protection is exclusive right to reproduce, distribute, and display your work. Without your permission, no one even can display that work. This is a copyright. Basically, if someone, it's like without your permission, they are showcasing your software artwork or authorship, any sort of books and all, they can get into the legal action. So this is also equally important to protect your book, music, software, artwork, and the authorship. Basically, this save your what I can say, your artwork to get into any sort of legal issues. So this is a copyright. So legal, under legal comes is your company registration, type, structure, taxation, IP. Coming to employment laws and regulation. The next part is employment laws and regulation. When you have registered a company, when you are ready with the tax mindset, when you have saved your IPs, okay, when you protected your work, when you protected your innovation, what next comes is you will start an operation. Once you start an operation, you should know the employment laws and regulation very clearly. How you will know? So we have some essential labor laws. Not even we, every country is having their labor laws. We are bit, what I can say, diluted for this. That we have strict labor laws, but our country is much diluted in terms of labor laws. But you know, in other countries, it is not there. They are supporting and they are securing and protecting the laws of the working laws and the employment laws and the labor laws. So these basically,
Everybody knows you, but to highlight some of the
any query? Yeah, I'll continue. So basically, this includes wage laws, overtime regulation, workplace safety standards, anti-discrimination laws. You should aware when you are hiring a people, when you are making a team, you should aware all these types of laws, and you should have a proper law policy, proper policy for all these. Employment rights, what they are saying is safe workplace, fair wages, and protection from the discrimination and harassment. Generally, we are not taking it very seriously. Again, I am repeating, we are not taking it very seriously, but it is needed. Today or tomorrow, you will face a legal complications or legal issues because of all these laws. So you should have a good policy of, you should have a proper workplace, fair wages should be there, you should pay them proper protection from discrimination and the harassment. All types of laws should be defined in your rule book. When someone is joined, we used to hand over the, what I guess, a rule book of the organization. So these all should be defined properly. If you will not fulfill all these, again you will non-compliance of this will take you to the lawsuits, fines, and especially the reputation damage. Okay, fines and lawsuits, okay, case hai, chalte rahenge, it will go for the long time. But what affects you is your image. It damage your reputation like anything. So, you know, it matters that you should have a proper policy of employment laws and regulation before you get into the proper, what I can say, recruitment or making a team. Next legal is your business contracts and agreements. Basically, these all are the backbones of your business. How? any sort of MOU, any sort of NDA and service agreements. It matters entire operation of your startup, of your business. It affects the entire operation. How it affects operation is, for example, I'll give you, as we all are the academic people, okay, I'll give you example of academics only. We have hired a company to deliver a particular program. For example, in what you can say, training to our students. We have hired a company. Okay, not hired, we have done an MOU with the company. Okay, it's on paid basis. Okay, we told them that you have to train our student. Okay, in terms of innovation. Okay, or like a pre-incubation program, we have signed an MOU with the company. We told them you have to train our student, and from start to end. Our start to end defines something else, but their mindset is the business mindset. They define something else. Okay, so we told them from start to end, but we have not defined the end. As per their end is that we have completed the defined structure what you have given to us. You have not told anything about the end. So this is what is as per our thing, it is the end. But as per as a customer, what we are thinking is, or as an implementer, okay, what we are thinking is, the end of this project should be the mentorship. The student should able to make an innovative project and the company should provide the mentorship to them. And this is the end of project, not the theoretical part. If there is theoretical implementation, why we need a third party? Is it? So this is just a small example I have given you of our routine life so that you can understand that when you are drafting a contract, this is, see, here you are not responsible. Here you are not responsible, but for your company, you are the only responsible person. So MOUs, NDAs and the service agreement should be drafted with lots of awareness, with lots of what I can say, keen and clear mindset. Should be outlined. The terms and conditions should be clear. Payment terms, dispute resolution mechanism, and the confidentiality provisions is always matters. Confidentiality provision. For example, you are a service provider company. Okay. Yeah, service provider company.
A way to calculate energy of a system.
So the service provider company, what they will do is they will negotiate with the different people of different costs. For example, that service provider can give you that service of 15 rupees and that will offer me for 13 rupees. So once you are drafting it, this is also mandatory that you should have the confidentiality and another person should also maintain that confidentiality as you are a business owner and you are providing them a business. It is all your convenience that at what cost you want to supply your material or you want to provide them the services, okay, or you want to send your products to them. But that is also the important thing. What are the importance of this? It will minimize risk, prevent from misunderstandings, provide legal protection in case of disputes. This is about business contract and agreement. What it covers is your MOUs, your NDAs, and your service agreements as well. Generally, for service agreement, we will not bother. But as a startup, you should bother for these service agreements. It is one of the important process of your business. Okay. Data protection and privacy laws. Any sort of business customer data must comply with this data protection and regulation and the local privacy laws. Basically, the legal requirement of business that handle customer data, emphasizing importance of complying with data protection, regulations such as general data protection, plus GDPR, it's a regulation, and the global privacy laws. The business, it is compulsory to obtain consent for data collection, ensure the data security, and protect customer privacy to avoid fines, legal action, and the reputational damage. Basically, the company should have the strict data policies and invest in cybersecurity measures to safeguard the personal information and maintain the customer trust. This is a most important point, that you should have a cybersecurity cell in your startup, or the cybersecurity person, or any type of association with the cybersecurity, to what I can say, to save your data, because cyber threats and these are very pretty much common nowadays. Okay, so this is also data protection and privacy laws is equally important. It's 4-4. Okay. Coming to environmental compliance. So if you have a startup related to, generally this environmental compliance is not even limited to the startup, those who have related to waste management or sort of, no. It is compliance to each and every person who is going to, what I can say, deploy a manufacturing unit or manufacturing plant. Okay. Manufacturing unit and manufacturing plant is basically, because in all these things, environmental regulations are important. These regulations include pollution control, waste management, sustainability initiatives. Basically, these laws not only reduce the legal risk, but promotes a corporate social responsibility, CSR. This is important and necessary, that environmental clearance and sustainable practice should be adopted by a startup, by a company, by a business. Basically, it will enhance your credibility and operational efficiency. Otherwise, your manufacturing plant or your industry can shut down at any time because of irregular, what I can say, these are compliances. Plus, you are not fulfilled all the basic things. So this is also important. Business that prioritize all these activities, compliances, they may have a good reputation and they can contribute as a human being for the environment. Coming to the consumer protection laws, another important thing. Consumer protection laws, it's like safeguards buyers from fraud and trade practices and defective products. Best example is Amazon, whatever the, these all there, they all are what policy they have opted. They want to protect the customer from any sort of, what I can say, issues. Okay. So your business should ensure transparency in pricing, fair marketing strategies, and adherence to the quality standards. The time is changed like anything. Everything is available in your one click. So if you are not able to protect your customers, if you're not able to protect the customer's loss, then you will be in loss. Because what is the reason is that transparency is pricing is also important. Refund, return, plus what about the unfair trade practices? So this is all is important. Fails to comply leads to lawsuits, fines, and loss of consumer confidence. This is equally important. Okay. Why? See, Amazon and Shopclose, they started almost at a parallel time. Why Amazon is a profit-making company and Shoploose is about to shut down. It's shut down already, actually. Reason that they are not very particular about the customers. If you order something, they will send something. If you order a pen, they'll send you a pencil. Return, there is no option. They'll book your return, but they will not take it return. So these are the few examples, okay, where you have to be very careful. You have to protect our consumer laws as well. You should know, actually, it's not about any sort of protection. You should know about consumer protection laws, that what type of consequences you will face if you will get into all these suits. Again, coming to next is import and export regulations. So definitely everyone wants to scale their what I can say business and startup. So if your business engages in international trade, you must comply with the import and export regulations. It includes custom duties, trade agreements, and the licensing requirements. Non-compliance can result in penalties, delays, and legal issues. Basically, company must obtain necessary permits and follow tariff regulation to ensure smooth cross-border transaction. Basically, it is also important. You should understand the importance of, you should be aware of trade restriction, what types of problem will be there, okay, licensing requirements for your specific goods. Adhering to all these global trade laws prevent penalties and facilitates international business growth. Basically, the business to stay informed about the challenges, trade regulations, and to seek expert advice when navigating complex international trade laws. This is important point when you want to expand the business. It's not about international. When you are exporting to the another state also in India, you should understand all these laws and import-export regulations. Coming to legal dispute resolution, there are various mechanisms available for resolving legal disputes that may arise in business, including negotiation, mediation, then arbitration and litigation. So you should, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you must be prepared to handle disputes related to contractual breaches, employee issues, or regulatory violations. Basically, the importance of having a strong legal team or consulting legal experts to resolve disputes effectively. Legal compliances, protection, and legal clear communication can minimize this risk. Basically, having a strong legal team and legal expert can help to resolve this dispute. And through proactive compliance can prevent the dispute and financial liabilities. So, summarizes, for you want to safeguard your startup from all this. So, you should have a proper legal team. Legal advisor should be there, or a legal team should be there as per the size of your company or as per the requirement of company. You can take help from the legal team. Coming to the conclusion and the best practices is adhering to legal formalities. It's really important, and you should regularly view and update the compliances. It is important. Emphasizing of legal formalities for ensuring smooth business operation and to avoid risk. You should regularly review and update your compliances policies in accordance with the local and standard framework. Seeking professional legal advice is equally important. Periodic audits is equally important, so that you can prevent and unnecessary down of your business. A legally sound business environment faster trust, stability, and the long-term success. Basically, these all types of, if we will talk about types of structure, if we'll talk about types of taxes, if we'll talk about the different type of taxes, plus different laws, it's a labor law, it's uh, a consumer law, any sort of law, okay? If you have a proper legal advisor, this all risk can be solved. But you should not depend on any of the person. Before starting your enterprise or before starting your startup, you should also know that I'm getting into this startup. I'm going to manufacture this, or this is my service. I'm providing this service. Okay. I've created an app and I'm providing this service. So you should know that you are getting into which type of this legal process. Okay. And before, yeah, legal advice is mandatory because you may, an engineer, you cannot be an, what you can say, legal person. But as an engineer, you should know, or as a founder, you should know what type of legal obligations can come if I will get into this startup. So you will be mentally prepared for all these type of legal obligations. So I hope you understand all types of structured and framework and the legal uh, issues that get into in your startup. So from my side, thanks for attending legal formalities in enterprise. I hope that session provide you the valuable insights and into the legal requirements, starting and operating in business. It is not just a formality. Again, I'm repeating, it's not just a formality. It's a critical component of your business strategy. If you know, again, I'm repeating the same thing. If you know that your company is this, you are going to start this startup. This is what is your product. And these all things I need, these all certifications I need. Like if you are going for an manufacturing plant, I want these all certifications needs to be clear. Okay. So that will make your, what I can say, the entire business is more smooth and easy. So yeah, that is all from my side. I'm open for queries and questions. So please.
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
It was a very nice session.
Thank you, sir. So you're not audible. So any questions? Any questions?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, yes.
Hello. Yeah, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that the child labor is also one of the very biggest problem that has to be kept in mind while starting up and startup. Even in marketing also, we cannot market the product which are offensive, like we can say arms and ammunitions or tobacco, liquor. Also, we should not hurt the sentiments of region, religion, culture. That legal formalities are also there. I think so. Means I'm just adding to this one. Also, data protection, as you said, it was means in that also I have heard that whenever if you are a startup with taking data from the customers, like the personal data, so it should be protected. it should be protected under Cyber Security Act, that you should not disclose to anybody else. You should not give it to anybody else. It should be protected to at your own end. Also, there is one more I want to say, that a credit policy in receivable management. If you see, when you are selling a product to any customer, so when you frame a credit policy that this much days you will be getting the credit, and you have to pay in this date only, and if you don't pay, you will be punished. So that is also one of the MOU, that is contract we assign. So I think I thought, why not to share in this one? But you have explained in a very well manner. So just this is what I wanted to add.
So thank you, sir, for this. And the child labor and all this will come under employment laws and regulations. So it is clearly mentioned the age of your employee and the qualification. So once the term come
Exactly.
qualification, so it will cover by default that if you cannot, and yeah, there are multiple things. Not even this, we are facing numerous issues day to day. Okay. So yeah, definitely thanks for adding all these. But these all are what I can say, summarize of all these things that you should know employment laws and regulation, and the company should form as per their requirements.
Exactly, ma'am.
That is what the policy discussions I more what I can say given more in policy ki, yeah, you should form a policy. Once you have a policy, then this is all it matters that you should not harm the religion and you should not actually take any sort of religious comments. And yeah, data protection is important. That is what I've said, that cybersecurity cell should be needed. So yeah, this is
Yes.
all it is. The gist of all these policies I just want to mention. Thank you for your
Sorry for
inputs.
that. Sorry, ma'am, for that.
No, thanks for your inputs. Even I can explore it, but I was strictly told, madam, 3 to 4:30. So no problems. I'll try to finish it before 10 minutes, so that even I can hear the inputs from all the participants, because even I want the inputs from all the participants. So whether they are understanding, because this is all about the understanding. You know what? Because it's because you are there in that field, that this all is also important. But generally, the people mindset is, ye business hai, humko start karna hai. And once they will start, they will only, once they will get into all these legal issues, and then only we realize, oh, we should have done that well in advance.
Yeah,
So
ma'am. Yeah.
this is all about awareness, like how we are providing in so thanks a lot for your input. It is really matters. So I think all the participants heard about all these things also. That yeah, this
Thank
is
you.
also should not be there.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to ask any question? So I'm Dr. Deepak Parde, here to propose vote of thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks for this wonderful session delivered by ma'am on behalf of all participants and HRDC Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. First and foremost, I extend our deepest gratitude to Dr. Shruti Bhargava Choubey ma'am for taking time out of their busy schedule for this session. Ma'am, your inspiring words and valuable insights fully enrich us, and we are grateful for your valuable guidance. I am also thankful to all participants for their patience hearing. Now, on behalf of HRDC, I announce that this session is over, and I hand over to the HRDC host for further proceeding. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for giving the nice vote of thanks. सो पार्टिसिपेंट अभी 10 मिनट का टी ब्रेक रहेगा। उसके बाद इमीडिएटली राहुल सिंह सर का लेक्चर स्टार्ट होगा। थैंक यू सो
Thank
मच।
you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you please share me some screenshots, sir, because I'm not able to take it up. So
Okay, ma'am.
please.
I will share. I will share to Amit sir. Amit sir,
Yeah,
will-
sure. Yeah. Okay.
just 2 minutes.
Thank
I will pick the screenshot now, ma'am. Just
1 minute. I'll share the screen.
okay.
I'll share the screen once. Yeah, now you can take the screenshot.
Okay, ma'am. Just 2 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Got it, ma'am. Got it.
Got it? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
मुझे लगता है
हाँ? मतलब
लोग कशाला थांबायचं चार पाच वाजले
The destination is on your left. So you made it. बाकी तो सब समान ही चार्ज के लिए हाँ
Hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible and visible?
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening.
My apologies for joining a little late. The traffic in Delhi is responsible along with me. Yeah, we are all good to go. Can we start it formally? Like,
Yes, sir. Yes.
hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Audible, sir. You are.
So, do we have from somebody from the organizer who will formally start it?
We have, sir, there is an person who will be introducing your biodata, sir, or introducing to you. So, host, I'll ask host.
नहीं किससे आप बेस में हो ना पुलिस में कांग्रेस में हाँ अच्छा मेरा ये ध्यान दे रहा है आज तुमने क्यों नहीं यार है किसी भी का किसी भी का हाँ तो ये दे है तो है मेरा दिन से ऐसे ऐसे मजेदार दुनिया पड़ गया क्या मैं ये
सर, मैं सेशन में आ गया हूँ. कोई फॉर्मली इंट्रोड्यूस तो करेगा कि कैसे करना है?
करवाते हैं। कोई पूछने वाला है बेटे?
Host can co-host expert lead by data in sir Rahul sir.
ये तो पाइप के मुंह में लगाते हुए क्रीम भी जाता है हमारा ये।
Co-host, you
पैसे
can
नहीं
start
लगाते।
your biodata reading.
हैं?
Welcome to UGC MMTTC Rahul Singh sir. I request to participants, please introduce Rahul Singh sirs. Anyone participant, please introduce Rahul Singh's briefs. Ma'am, there, ma'am. Roll number 35.
Hello.
Yes, participant. Yes, first, sir.
Sir, I don't have the
Yes,
details
sir.
about sir.
Yes,
No,
sir.
can you send me, please?
Okay, I will
Details,
I will say.
Yeah.
I will send just.
please.
इधर में बहुत पहले रास्ते इधर आगे जाना ये यहाँ पे
Hello. Hello.
Rahul, sir, please give us 5 minutes because I am getting the biodata, US biodata,
Yes.
and I will read
Yes,
out
already
the
sent it.
biodata.
There is no need of biodata. So formally we can start it in the view
No,
of
I
time.
have received. Just give me a second. I have received that. I'll
introduce
do it.
myself. That is very okay. But if you give me a green go, we will go and let's save the time.
Okay, I welcome you, sir, on this HRDC Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University's short-term course for this session. And as I am not having you, but you are a versatile and a person who is having the knowledge of entrepreneurship and everything. So I am very sure that the participants will get a fruitful thing from your expertise. So I welcome on behalf of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University to you and all the participants. Please, sir, you can continue. Hello, Rahul, sir.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yep, you are audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the audience that we have, most of the audience are teachers, right? If I'm not wrong.
So everybody is a faculty member here. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are teachers teaching at the higher secondary and secondary school level, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So very good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Am I
Yes, sir.
audible?
You're audible, sir. Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So we'll keep the questions in the last part of the discussion. I will be generically talking about entrepreneurship in detail at the school and college level. and then I'll be also talking about what is a startup, what is the right time to pitch, what is grant, who gives the grant, what is the right time for the company registration, what is the right time to go to a different investor, and then how to ask for an exit from the incubator, and all the. And so, in short, I'll be trying to give you an overview uh, from an academician perspective, from the ecosystem perspective, and from a startup perspective, so that by the end of the session we have a fair understanding of the startup culture in our country, and probably a better understanding of the entrepreneurship atmosphere that we are trying to create through these sort of programs, right? Coming
Yes, sir.
down to uh, I come from the Government Institute of Medical Sciences, which is a government medical institute in Noida, and we are a hospital-based incubation center, second of its kind in the country, a government hospital having an incubation center. With my training, I come from FMS with my MBA and my PhD, both from Sharda University and AIMS, interdisciplinary PhD. And with my background, I am trained in dentistry. I'm a resident doctor at the same government medical college. And out of my PhD, I got a device funded, which is a light-based device for screening of oral cancer early. Purpose of telling you this little introduction is just so that you can actually connect. Uh, I'll be talking about from the academician point of view. I'm also guest faculty with Jamia, also visiting faculty with few private institutions, with my PhD and my interest in healthcare as a faculty. Entrepreneurship is a mindset and is not a physical place. We see everyone talking about entrepreneurship, which gives me a very good sense of happiness. But then, as faculties, we are really accountable for what our students understand of this particular mindset. If you talk about the students, what do you want to do? 5 of the 10 students will talk about making a startup in near future. But then the seed of hope, that should they think of making a startup, gets germinated with your thought process, you faculty members. Whenever a student at your institute, at your college, at your class thinks of making a startup, this thought process is very, very, and very important. And this is where Government of India is investing a lot of money, so that this first thought process does not get killed with misinformation, less information, or no information. Dr. Tiwari, who is a very good friend of mine, the CEO for the AIC BAMU, I was very happy when I got to know that we'll be talking to the. I'll just try to simplify things, that at the medical college, where our core job is to see patients, teach the medical sciences, do researches, and then translate our researches into innovative product. That's the latest wing attached to our institute. So whenever anyone thinks differently, the first thing as a faculty I would request everyone sitting in this particular forum is not to judge your students, and to appreciate everything that they think. We both are born in different age groups and in different time zone. I'm a 1990 born. When the technology was touching our life, we have seen an era when people used to see computers at my home. That how does a computer look like? That first Nokia mobile phone. So all those looked like a great innovation then. Now you see WhatsApp. I'm sitting at one of the friends' clinic and doing a session for a different audience in different geography of the country because of the good internet. So you will have to always appreciate an idea, and that's the core job of a faculty, what I believe in this era. We are not somebody who know everything. As a faculty, we are domain experts of a particular domain. You may be a faculty of mathematics, you may be a faculty of biology, you may be a faculty of biotechnology, right? We need to understand that if a student wants to do a startup, we need to appreciate ki ha, ye achhi baat hai, this is a good idea. And then if you know how you can help the student, very good. But if you don't know the best way, is there a question? No. Okay. Any questions, sir?
No, sir. I think participants are unmuted.
Okay. So I was talking about if you know how to answer the question to the students, it is very good. If you let's expect that you don't know, there is no harm in not knowing. At the medical school, we say a very good word that who is a doctor? One who knows what to give, what medicine to give, and one who knows what not to give. See, what medicine to give, probably in 2 or 3 days time, even the caregiver will get to know that ये medicine इतने बजे देना होता है. You go to the nearby pharmacy shop, they will give you this medicine, ऐसे ऐसे लेना है. What medicine not to give is the clinical expertise of the doctor. You're coming down to a hospital, explaining that you're already taking this medicine for BP, you're already taking this medicine for hypertension, and then now you got a leg injured or there's a leg fracture. As a clinician, a doctor knows that you're already taking one medicine. This medicine has this particular formulation. Now, if I add another painkiller, let's assume that you're already taking a painkiller, and I already add it, this will become overdose. What not to give is our expertise. So that is where I want this modern faculty members to understand that if we know, very good. But if we do not know, we should not hesitate in asking that how should we know? That's point number one. Second, do we know a good center who can guide my student? In this era of co-incubation, sharing resources, sharing faculty members across institutions, guest faculty members, it has become so easy. First thing first, most of the institutions have IIC. Even Government of India is coming up with programs where they're training the faculty members. Programs like this, where Dr. Tiwari has organized, where we're focusing on the moment you hear anybody thinking of a startup word, if you know the information, give it to the startup. If you do not know, send the startup to the incubation center. There should not be any misleading information, insufficient information, or wrong information. There should not be any perception of your own that you carry for a startup. I'm just talking with very number of experiences that I've spoken to different faculty members, because they do not have this faith in startup mechanism. They will always try to put on their thought process, it is not very important. In this era of technology, in this era of innovation, you will have to adopt technology and innovation. There is no other way. If you believe that if you will not absorb, and then you can stop some things, it is not going to happen. At the pace at which the entire time zone is changing, this is the fastest in 2025. But then this will be the slowest if we see it after 5 years. The pace of change is very fast. The pace at which the innovation is being absorbed in the system in academic system, in the education system, in the healthcare system, in societal system, in our day-to-day life. Innovation is everywhere, and appreciating the innovation is probably the best way to grow together. Now there are opportunities where startup need your support. For example, you are an engineer and you are an AI engineer. There is a BSc biotech student who wants to make an app for patient awareness, post hospital care, post nurse care, for palliative care, or maybe any other examples. Your expertise will always be required. If you are an expert of a particular domain, you should know this, that I am an expert of this domain. And then you can actually go to the incubation center and tell them that this is your the strong area. If any startups requires my help, I want to come forward and do the help. And believe you me, sir and madam, all and everyone who is in the group, domain expertise is very, very important. All the startups, to initiate, you might not know a different perspective. For example, if a startup journey is 100%, you might not know the 100% of it. You might know only 10 or 20% of it. You might know only the science part of it. You might know the only applied part of it, or you might only know the theoretical part of it. Or you are a management faculty, you might not know the science part of it, but you know the business part of it. We have to see that when we are going to make a startup, we need everyone. That is where this incubation center is a point where it brings everyone together. They bring mentors, experts, industry experts, academicians, and then these startups are individuals who pick up these mentors. So it is very, very important. In this country, I guess you must be knowing that in this era, you can get your idea funded. Every institution have their own faculty entrepreneurship policy. If not, go back today, talk to your administration that do you have a faculty entrepreneurship policy. This policy allows the faculty members to have their own startups. And there are grants, which I guess to all the incubation centers if you ask, but in the respect of time, I'll just try, because I have 15 odd minutes. I will just try to summarize things. There are grants like from Department of Science and Technology. There are grants which fund your idea. You don't need a company for it. There are biotechnology grants. There are Ministry of Electronics, MITI grants. There are different states are having their own startup policy and dedicated grants. Department here in Uttar Pradesh, we have grant for we have grant for sustenance, we have grant for your events. So the entire ecosystem of the country is sharing the resource. So this is one part. So if somebody is asking you, this is my startup idea, so you send them to the incubation center. If not, then if at all you have developed your skill, you should know to validate idea. What is the idea validation? Idea validation is, for example, during COVID-19, when the entire lockdown was there everywhere, I remember when I was infected in the first phase, it took around 7 days for the first RT-PCR result to declare that I'm negative or I'm positive or not. I was isolated because there was a contact tracing done, and I was found that I got in contact with somebody who was infected. So I was isolated, but then it took 7 days for the results to come out because RT-PCRs were not everywhere. But you see the power of innovation. One incubation center gave a very different innovation, and now, if at all you remember that in second wave there were antigen kits available almost everywhere. Antigen kits were like pregnancy kits. These antigen kits were a great innovation during the phase of COVID-19, where testing was made accessible for everyone, affordable for everyone. So making healthcare accessible, making affordable is also a way of innovating things. Product innovation is one part. Process innovation is other part. And then as faculty members, we should, like if at all you ask me how should we promote entrepreneurship at school and college, my answer would be first, creative thinking. Creative thinking is what? Thinking out of the box. You give students some situations and tell them, to come up with ideas to solve the situation, and then appreciate the one which is using different mechanisms. So the first thing first is, as faculty, we should understand that we should not be judgmental. Every kid is special. Every kid is talented. Every kid is blessed with a particular skill set. Right? In school, we play all sports. Almost all sports. We play basketball as well, cricket as well, kabaddi, kho-kho, everything. But slowly, you will see, while growing towards 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, a particular sports becomes your favorite. What if the sports teacher decides that no, from day one, this guy is going to only play cricket? That is, you are not doing justice to the skill set. That is how the academic curriculum is. That is how we expose our students with all sort of information. That is how till class 10th you study everything. You study geography, you study science, you study political science, social science, physics, chemistry, biology, everything. So that you have a fair understanding of everything. Then there's a division that somebody wants to study bio, somebody wants to study the science part of it, the mathematics. So as faculty, we should appreciate the uniqueness. That's very, very important. Second is idea evaluation. Idea evaluation is to see whether is there something like this in the market and how good or bad they are doing. If at all you have this information, well and good. If you don't have, you can always go back to the incubation center and ask them for a validation of the idea. Validation of an idea is a very smart way of knowing whether whatever you're thinking of developing, is there any market for it? Because see, startups will have to scale up. There's a little difference between the profitable startups that we want to make and the social ventures that we want to create. The startups will have to scale. The funding will only come. See, there are two. One is grant that you get from institutions, government grants, and there are other grants. But if the funding agency is putting in money, they'll always see that how is that money going to come back to them. It is not the donation that they are doing to the startup. But then, first thing first, asking your incubation center to guide your students when to make company. One should only make company if at all you have worked on that idea for a minimum of 6 months. In 6 months and a minimum of 5 events that you attended. That's how I have come to hypothesis. 5 events, 6 months. 5 events so that you actually meet people, discuss your, primarily what is there in your head, so that you meet the ecosystem people, different incubators. All the cities have the incubation meet. So this is the validation of your thought process. Are you thinking in the right direction? So once you get your first grant, from idea you convert that to prototype. So there are prototype grants available. As faculty members, you should also appreciate that there are institutions, there are incubation centers who are dedicated for women in the country. You should tell your students at school and college that if you're a woman with a creative idea and you make a team and the woman is the CEO with major stakeholding as the woman founder, there are special benefits that you get. We should focus on team building. So these are small things that we can do as a faculty at school level, and talking about only practical possible things. Creative thinking, business idea model, business canvas are small things. So these sort of few practices. And other is, if at all you know some incubation center or a startup guy, somebody who's working in startup, can come down and speak to your students. See, into healthcare, we always see the number of hours that you study and the number of hours that you spend with your patients. These are different. It has to be equal or more, because the amount of physical training which is there at the hospital does not only equip with your clinical equipment, but your social behavior, the way you would deal with the patient. It is not just the medicine. It is how do you talk, how empathetic you are, how do you respond to a condition, how do you respond to emergency in the hospital, how do you respond to a sad news in the hospital. So at school and at the entrepreneurial bench, where we're talking about the thought process, the only way is to have faith, appreciate, get the right help. We should know the right help. If I have my, so there are things, what always try to equip yourself with a better skill set. There are multiple courses available for faculty members. Uh, Government has government portals, right? You can go and actually upgrade yourself. Always try to upgrade yourself. See, there are a few technologies which are very new. AI is totally new. Use of chat GPT is totally new. So if you do not upgrade yourself, you'll not be able to respond to the questions that the students will ask you. The students will ask you problems which they face in this era. And we all have been trained to answer problems of those era. See, those are our experiences. Experience with right mix of technology of today is the final answer. That's one part of it. Other is coming down to making of a company. When to make a company? Uh, Probably once you know that uh, who is going to be my co-founder. So you should know the problem statement. What is the problem statement? Validated with the incubation center. Suppose that you're working on a technology or you're working in healthcare. Validation from the hospital, whether this device is required or not, or else you will be spending 2 3 4 years, and at the end of the day, you see that the product that you have made is not required, or probably we are getting better products or low cost product from some other side, or somebody else is already supplying it. Innovations in India has to be made in India, has to be made for India, and has to be made for affordable India. You have invented something which is not affordable. But affordability also comes with the volume. So that is where the problem statement validation is very important. So I've touched the third part of it. So company formation is a very important thing where who should be my team members. Are you a team player or not? You have to have people who believe in the team game. Different skill set who should complement and not compete. Faculties will have to tell their students complementing and competing are different things, and you get complementation for your skills. If you have right skills, you know how to use the right skill, you get compliments for that. And then people with similar skill set, they compete. So that's one part of it. So making the right companies, choosing the founder, co-founder, incubation centers help you even in this. For example, you are one of the students who want to बट कंपनी बनाने के लिए तो यू रिक्वायर पीपल. प्रोप्राइटरशिप छोड़ दीजिए. दूसरा कौन होगा? Who would be the second one? And if there's make XYZ, who and why? Does he or she bring some special skill set? कंपनी नाम से नहीं चलती. कंपनी में इनिशियली काम करने वाले लोग चाहिए होते हैं जो अलग अलग डोमेन एक्सपर्टीज रखते हैं, क्योंकि जो कंपनी का सीईओ, the best way of becoming the CEO in the country is you go to a CA, make a company, become the CEO. But then a CEO has to be a multi-dimensional person who thinks in different ways. He should understand business, he should understand science, he should understand empathy, he should understand technology, not in depth, but a fair understanding of things. So it is very, very important to tell your young kids that a startup is a good choice, but not at the cost of studies. That's what it should go with studies. I always tell them, when you're into a professional course in the university or in the college for 3 or 4 years, this is the best time. Spend 1 hour a day for your startup thought process in the first year, or possibly 2 hours in a week going to the incubation center in first year. Second year, you can think of making it, from 2 hour a week to 4 hour a week. So slow process. So if the student starts liking it, incubation center has everything, sir. Everything. Good incubation centers. You can go onto websites like Startup India. And you can see all the startup schemes which is available in the country. So it is very, very important to understand the company formation, share divisions. Then again, I'll say, if we don't have the fair knowledge of a particular thing, we should always look for the expert. Hiring a CA and CS. Again, the incubation center has CA and CS. They will help you out how to make the company right from scratch. What sort of equity division should be there? Who should have more equity, less equity? How do you add a director? If at all you're giving your equity to somebody, there has to be equity certificate, share certificates, has to be incorporated with MCA. Every information has to be shared with MCA. The most important thing is your compliances. The moment you incorporate a company, there's a lot of compliances that come. At this young age, at 18, 20, 23, 24 years of age, once you get your idea funded and managing those funds of 7, 8, 10 lakh rupees, you're not very good in finance management. That is where it's very, very important to, make that mindset of the CEO. That if I have got this particular fund for this particular project, I'm just going to spend it right here. So finance management has to be taught. Finance is a lifestyle skill set. My dear faculty members, it has to be taught right from day one. A self-belief that our students should believe that what they know and what they don't know. What you don't know, asking for what you don't know is very important. As developing the entrepreneurship mindset is very, very important to mix and meet people. Mix and meet people, that means you should make friends, academicians across institutions. That's very, very important, where your mindset, your own opportunities, and your thinking gets a wider playground. If you are a faculty member from, supposedly from Delhi, and working in XYZ, maybe tuberculosis or Alzheimer's or HIV, do you know 5 more faculty members working in the same domain in Tamil Nadu or Bangalore? So once you develop your entrepreneurial mindset, that I'm a faculty and working in this particular disease, I'm a faculty working in this domain, can I get a patent for myself? The day you get a patent for your idea, you will definitely infuse this idea to the students. If you do not know what is patent. Okay, so let me just simplify for you all. Patent is developing anything very unique. Patent could be of design, patent could be a utility patent, patent could be for a process. Patent is something, the government licenses you what you have innovated. There's a certificate that says that you have innovated this, nobody else, and into this particular class, this certificate lies with you for this many years. So you become the owner of that particular invention. Patents are very, very important. And I always say, if you have your patent, you can actually help others develop patents. If you know how to identify a problem statement, then only you can help others to identify the problem statement. If you know how to make a startup, then only you will be able to translate this idea into your students that they can actually think of making a startup. You should always appreciate that when I was 22 or when I was 18, this sort of internet was not there. This much of access of internet was not there. This access of phone was not there. Access of technology is the blessing. Getting in touch with your faculty at 10 in the night, it was not possible 15 years back. Now we go to different schools and colleges, we see there are class groups. Teachers are you all using technology. So we should appreciate this. So and getting out of a particular deal is, see, I'll tell you, one of our startup made to Shark Tank. These are very young boys. They knew the problem statement. They had developed a device. The problem statement they found was period pain. Then they studied from people who experience period pain. They spoke to too many people. सबसे पहले घर से start किया. They spoke to their own mother, own sister. Then they got to know कि यार problem क्या क्या है. Problem ये है कि बहुत pain होता है. Problem is कि medicines लेने होते हैं. Hot water bags. So life gets derailed for 4-5 days in most of the cases. बहुत लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा pain होता है. So this is identifying the problem. Identifying a problem is menstrual pain पे काम करें. Validating a problem is सब लोगों से पूछना है या इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर जाके पूछना है कि अगर एक ऐसा कुछ डिवाइस बनता है, मुझे नहीं पता कैसे बनेगा, अगर कोई ऐसा कुछ बनता है तो आप लोग लोगे और कितनी जरूरत है इसकी. Validating with the medical school where the doctors will tell you कि क्या आप जो बना रहे हैं वो ठीक है, मतलब क्या वो मरीज के लिए ठीक है कि नहीं है, वो क्लिनिकल ट्रायल कैसे होगा, वैलिडेशन होगा, ये सब कुछ. उसके बाद आपने कंपनी बना के आपने देखा कि कौन सी मैं किस फंड के लिए एलिजिबल हूँ. गवर्नमेंट की साइट पे जाते हैं, उनको एक ग्रांट मिलता है फ्रॉम वन ऑफ द आईआईटीज. दे गेट दिस ग्रांट, डेवलप दिस आइडिया. अब ये बच्चे इंजीनियरिंग के थे जिन्होंने इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ी थी. उसके बाद दे अगेन वेंट टू अ डॉक्टर. दे आस्क कि व्हाट इज पेन, पेन होता क्या है, क्या हम पेन देख सकते हैं, और पेन अगर देख नहीं सकते तो पेन क्या है. तो मालूम चला पेन एक इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल है. Then they use their engineering. If it is an electrical signal, तो can we develop a switch which can block the signals and switch on switch off हो सकता है. Simple. आप creative idea को let it flow. The moment हम उसको वही रोक देते हैं कि नहीं यार तुम क्या बात कर रहे हो, what sort of idea is this. In this era, faculty should not judge, faculty should not impose their own ideas or their own perception of their own understanding of their own training. We should complement what the student is thinking of. These young age students are very different, very special, and very meritorious, very talented, very techy. We should always appreciate and try to compliment them. And the only complementation is हम और पढ़ें, हम अपने भी स्किल को और पॉलिश करें. We should always upskill ourselves. There are n number of courses going around here and there. There are 2 days, 3 days program. It is very important to know that area so that it actually defines your thought process. Okay, so coming down to the last part of the session is grants के बाद you go for the funding. Funding are angel funds अलग होते हैं, venture capitalists अलग होते हैं. ये आपकी कंपनी को इवैल्यूएट करते हैं. They evaluate your company's status. There's a due diligence. Due diligence word you will see most of the incubation centers using it. Due diligence is a process where they check every compliance of your company, your working last. If the company is incorporated, what sort of funds you have asked for. Your CA and the incubation center will also help you in deciding what sort of funds should you ask for. आपको कितने पैसे मांगने चाहिए, कब मांगने चाहिए. एक साथ दो लोग पैसे दे रहे हैं, but there are two funding agencies. Which one to pick? ये सारी all these processes we get everything at the incubation center. So in short, in total, I would like to send this message to all beautiful people and faculty members here. So growing together is the need of our, technology is the new teacher. And we'll have to accept this new teacher. We don't have this option, right? So accepting the new teacher, becoming a better version of our own. If a student does not get impressed by you or inspired by you, you'll have to think that, are you on the right path? We always remember that the first inspiration always is our teacher, right? Every small thing. How do you appreciate the startup idea? Everything. If your school or institution does not hold any conferences or seminars on entrepreneurship, go back. Write to the incubation centers. Write for a physical invitation where any startup can come down and speak to few students into a class. Maybe 10, 5, even 5 or 10 of them. Your little efforts, and when we all take this little effort together, will actually make an India where we develop technologies in India, for the world as well. So I see a lot of opportunities, a lot of interdisciplinary opportunities. We should always promote that if at all you are studying BTech, go and try to explore a little bit of CT, MRI, and radiology as well. You are studying economics, go and explore a bit of science and political science. You're studying a bit of accounts, go and explore a bit of AI. This era is an era of interdisciplinary people who understand different technologies together, who understand different broad spectrum things together. And then only as faculties, we will be able to make this ecosystem of the startups work better in our country. And it is very, very, very important that without you teachers, this ecosystem is incomplete. And I'm so happy that a platform like this, where we get opportunities to speak to the mentors who are the real mentors, who spend most of the time with the students. With that, I would close my note. I would love to have questions. My name is Rahul Singh Amritraj. You can find me on LinkedIn with Government Institute of Medical Sciences, Greater Noida. And from the organizers, you can get my connect as well. But then go back today. Think of making a startup for yourself. अगर आपको जाके आज लगता है कि आप एक प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट चूज कर सकते हैं जिस पे यू वांट टू वर्क, believe you me, you can actually help 10 more students. Yeah, so that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Over to you, the organizers.
Thank you, Dr. Rahul Singh, sir, for delivering such a nice lecture in this last session of this short-term course on startup and innovation and incubation, which was held by this Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, which was coordinated by Amit Ranjan ji. I'm really thankful to you, sir, on behalf of Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University. Another formality we have to do for this valedictory session we have to conduct for this short-term course. So I would request Dr. Rahul Singh, sir, to spare his another 10 minutes for our valedictory session, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. It is a pleasure to speak to the
Thank you,
faculty
sir.
members.
Thank you,
It's a
sir. It
pleasure.
is an honor for us that. So I would request Amol Madan to start the banner and the university song.
Yes. Okay.
यो, कोई बात नहीं, यहाँ से लगा था. So just we will for a minute we have to wait.
गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे
गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनावनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनावनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे संघर्षाचा पैठणीत भिनलेला
नक्षीतच पक्षी पक्षी विजयाचा विरलेला
सोन पहाट उदयाचे गीत आमुचे उजेडाचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे प्रज्ञेचा सूर्य नवा शब्द शब्द उजळून गेला समतेचा संग्रहाचा अर्थ ढाळून गेला विराट विशाल संस्कृतीचे गीत आमुचे जीवनाचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनामनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे
Thank you, Amol. So, on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, I welcome today's chief guest for this valedictory session, Dr. Rahul Singh sir, from Greater Noida Medical Incubation Center. Also, I would like to welcome my colleague, CEO of Atal Incubation Center, Bamu Foundation, Mr. Amit ji, and all the participants, those who have joined this short-term course valedictory session. I would request all participants to open their camera. आखिरी सेशन है, सभी लोग कैमरा ओपन रखें, सिर्फ 2 या 3 लोगों ने ही ओपन रखा है, एटलीस्ट टू मेक अ फील ऑफ मोर इंटरैक्टिव इंस्टेड ऑफ वन वे कम्युनिकेशन. So camera should be open there. So friends, not taking much time, I would request Amit ji to summarize the entire 6 working days to all of us.
Our honorable chief guest and honorable president of the program, Dr. S.S. Patil, chief guest and of our valedictory session, and my friend Dr. Rahul Singh, our assistant director, Dr. Rafi Saab from MMTC, and all the faculties which we are saying today as they are participants. It has been given a kind of a responsibility to my center and to me to check it out that how can a university-based incubation center can contribute in organizing this short-term course for 6 days in theme of innovation and startups. So we had tried our level best to leverage the learnings and experience of the expertise of the experts who are coming from the various corners of the nation. Day 1, we started our session with Dr. Shruti Singh, who is an IP attorney, and she is the principal in Pharmacy College based out of Agra. She is a very learned IP attorney, and she used to support the innovations and startups with the media and with a kind of a, I can say, with the via medium of the supporting IPR regime, then followed by various speakers coming from business plan modules, making the pitch decks, how to make your business successful from the investment part, how investment can be sustained, how this business can be continued with innovation part. Then the most important part was that how to make a proposal, that business proposal. Today in our last session, last day of session, in the whole 6 days, we have given 2 sessions of mock session also, so that the preparatory and the assignments which is being given to all the participants can be concluded. And in today's last session, we started with Dr. Swati Sherkar, who is professor and director in Incubation Center of Amravati University in Maharashtra. And she has given a role kind of a part that how an AI and IT based startups and the startups who are coming from the rural region can be benefited with the various government of schemes. Then followed by Sudhir Arali, then we went to for Shruti, Bhargava, Choubey, and now finally with Dr. Rahul Singh. As we know, in the introduction of Dr. Singh, it has been told he is a medical practitioner, and he is owning or heading the medical based incubation center in Noida, that is government medical incubation center, and which we also claim that it is one of the first kind of an incubation center in the nation which is coming with a medical equipment and medical terminology where the medical based startups can be benefited. We have seen a lots of startups in healthcare, pharmacy, biotech, and life science, agriculture, and various fields. But medical was that field which was untouched, and even AIMS Delhi has started an incubation center, but unfortunately it couldn't get operationalized due to some of the administrative reasons. So state government of Uttar Pradesh has started this initiative to state one of the first kind of an incubation center in the medical field, and which is being headed by Dr. Rahul Singh. I hope that 22 sessions, 22 speakers, 22 mock tests, and 6 long days starting at 10:30 and ending at 6 o'clock every day. I think we had tried our level best, and we tried to convince and prepare the whole module, and which can be benefited to all our academic staff. And in near future also, we will be happy to collaborate with UGC, MMTC, and HRDC for organizing such kind of programs. And thank you very much, our director, Dr. Patil sir, and Dr. Rafe sir, for giving such kind of opportunity to Incubation Center, and especially to me to coordinate this whole event. Thank you very much.
सर तर दुपारी सर 22ला येस 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 ओके ओके Sorry, sir, I was on the phone. So thank you, Amit ji, for giving your expertise to this short-term course. Without your expertise, this would not have been a success. You have really molded the entire theme of this course, and you have seen that each and every topic has been touched by the resource person. And at pan India level, you have brought the resource person. So we can say that this can be a model for us in future also to run such types of program. Just to add in that, that now as in the UGC guidelines of 2025 for recruitment and promotion of teacher, 3.9 paragraph, there are points for this incubation and startups. So I hope that the teachers will take something in your bags, and you will form something, and you can share your success stories to this Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center. And I hope that nearly each and every teacher has got something through this course. Thanks a lot, sir. The chief guest of today's function, Dr. Rahul Singh, sir, who is from Greater Noida. I would now request him to deliver a valedictory address to all of us. Over to you, sir.
Just a minute. Hi, good afternoon and good evening, everyone. It has been a great honor and a privilege to participate in a platform like this. The platform is unique, the platform is uncommon, and the platform is special. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
There's a little Wi-Fi issue. Let me just try to resolve it. Okay. So, what could be a better platform than this? If you tell me to point some other platforms, it would really take a little more time to think of. So, very well organized. A program like this takes mammoth effort to bring stakeholders together. Somebody like Mr. Tiwari is, he is a gem of a person, bringing everyone together. And there was something which was missing, which I believe this platform has rightly addressed. Government, other missionaries, state governments, central government, we all are focusing on a country where we make innovation and technologies in India for India. But then, where do we make the mindset? Where do we develop this mindset so that students can become entrepreneur? Of course, there's a lot of program going on. IISc is really doing well. Few institutions are actually scaling up really good. But then, I really appreciate the organizers of this particular program, where we have ensured that we are at least ensuring that a 6 days program, even though we believe that if every faculty takes only 10% of this absorption, whatever they have absorbed from this session in 6 days, and goes back and implements in the class, and out of those 10%, even 1% translates into people who have a little interest about startups, I believe the purpose of the program would be done. There's a network issue, I guess. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, now you're audible, sir.
So my lot of congratulations to the faculty members who have been part of this particular program. This program is special. You should be thankful to the organizers, and rather be very, very happy that you are a part of a pioneering program where you have access of these many experts at one platform. And or if you go through the speakers list and the number of expertise of number of years that they have, or the domain expertise that they have, this uniqueness, and to bring this uniqueness on one table, it takes great effort. This ecosystem is incomplete without you faculty members. This validatory event is very, very special, and I want to celebrate you all who have spent these 6 days here with us. This program is incomplete without you, but then this program will remain incomplete if you don't go back and implement what you have studied here or what you have learned here. From throughout session, even if 5 or 10% of the faculty members come back to the university with a query that in the session I heard this, I want this speaker for my college, or I want your incubation centers to support my institute. I believe this cohesion that we all are developing, this geographic location should not become a boundary for sharing knowledge. And faculties will have to play a very, very important role. This modern India is probably, if 70% of the modern India is because of the students that get that study at your classes, but this 30% of modern India's mindset would be decided by how do you teach. What do you teach is the regulation, the policy. But how do you teach is what makes it special. Everybody in the audience is more than my age. I'm just 34 years of age. But I believe it is very, very important to appreciate. We should appreciate, compliment. These two things are very, very important in an era of AI. The pace at which, again, I'll say what I said in my session, the pace at which the technology is putting intervention, or the intervention of the technology is so fast in 2025, which looks as so fast, will be considered as the slowest in 2030. We all will have to come together of this India, which is a developed India, a India that develops technology on its own, a India which actually makes in India, can only be achieved when you faculty members contribute in a very innovative way. And the most innovative way is upskilling yourself. Upskilling yourself to ensure, and even appreciation has become so easy. If I had to appreciate my faculty members, madam who taught me science, the only way was to write a letter to her. But we were that shy that we never wrote to her. Only during parents-teachers day meeting, teachers appreciated us in front of our parents. In this era, your students can actually send you emojis, can send you messages. So we all will have to develop a technology, go back home. If we think that we can make a startup, we can actually help others think of the same mode. This 6 days of session was with an intent to make sure that we make this energy infectious. Infectious energy goes with you all to those classrooms where we are not able to directly reach. So these different dots, probably this particular platform was to connect all the dots so that everyone is important in the entire chain. And without faculty members, this chain is incomplete. And I very openly, very clearly admit this. Without you faculty members, this entire mission where entire ecosystem at Bhargava Foundation or here at Government of UP, what we are doing, or people sitting at the national capital are doing, this remains incomplete. So because your students would be competing with everyone. When we studied at a different state, when we came down to Delhi, we saw that few states had a larger benefit in terms because they got better teachers. But in this era, the share of technology, the share of faculty members, share of the teaching load, the teaching technique is all equal at all places because of internet. Students are smarter. We need smart faculty members. We need smart faculty members because the trainer of the team has to know all the rules. That's very, very important. Then only you can train a team. If you do not know how to train a team, somebody who knows it better than you will replace you. So it is very, very important to upscale so that you become a good mentor, upscale so that you become a good faculty, upscale so that people look up to you, upscale so that this mission of Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, innovate in India, it starts right from. If you're a faculty member, go back today and speak to Mr. Tiwari. Can your PhD thesis convert into a device? If you are an MD faculty or a master's faculty, you must have done a thesis in your master's. Go to the incubation center and ask him, can this become a startup idea? Try to validate this. So I will not take this long. This is an opportunity to celebrate you all. And this is very unique, where we all believe that we can, but this speaking out is very, very important. Asking for the help is very important. कभी कभी हम लोग ये सोच रहे होते हैं कि हम कैसे पूछेंगे तो वो समझेगा कि इनको नहीं पता है, उसके लिए मेल आ गया है ना, आप मेल कर दो, आपको पूछना पड़ेगा. इफ यू डोंट आस्क, आप पीछे रह जाएंगे. सो दिस रेस इज विथ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड ह्यूमन काइंड. और उसमें जो हमारा काइंडनेस है ना, वो काइंडनेस, ह्यूमन काइंड का जो काइंडनेस है, दैट इज आवर आइडेंटिटी. वी हैव टू कीप दिस काइंडनेस टू हेल्प टू ग्रो टुगेदर. So that is all from my side. Thank you for this unique opportunity. And I believe we all will come together, and the dream of the developed India is only possible when the last mile and the first faculty and the top incubation center in one of the cities or all the state capitals, they all are on the same lines. So that's very, very, very important. So the airport is only functional if you have well connectivity of buses from all cities so that people reach to the airport. We have to ensure that there are good number of buses, good number of autos, so that people can get autos, go to the bus stand, take the bus, go to the airport, and then we all fly together. इसमें से कहीं भी कोई एक कड़ी मिस हो जाती है तो probably our mission gets delayed. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much. It was really nice and a unique opportunity for me to speak to you all. Thank you, sir. Over to the organizers.
Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time and concluding this short-term course with your informative insight into incubation and startup. And it was really a nice thing to hear by Mr. Hamidji that this is the first kind of medical startup and incubation which have been started by you. So we really feel proud that you have concluded our session in this Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center. So before concluding this session, I would request all the participants to start up for the national anthem. All stand up for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा. विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा. तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे. गाहे तव जय गाथा. जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, Amol. So my special thanks to all participants and the course coordinator and the chief guest. And with the permission of our chief guest, I would not declare that this well